Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of StarCraft Inc. Today's match is a game between Select and Nestea. Nestea spawning in the bottom right of Shakuras as the blue Zerg and his opponent the red Terran Select. Okay guys, this is probably the flagship matchup, race matchup of StarCraft itself. The Korean favorite Terran versus Zerg. Definitely one of the most dynamic matchups, I think, that there is. I don't really know what to tell you because I don't play either of these races, and I'm impartial in this game. However, I am a huge fan of Select, but at the same time, here's Nestea, the guy who won GSL undefeated, but this is MLG Providence. This is a different story, baby. I don't know. So this is the slate is clean. We've got a really fast expansion here from the Zerg player. There's no pool yet. That is a hatch first, but I mean on Shakuras you can do that. It's all fine and dandy. Notice Nestea spotting his opponent but pulling his Overlord back before his opponent can see it. So that's a big deal. It forces Select to actually scout for himself, and he will see this hatchery. He will come up here, he will spot the pool just starting, and that'll tell him everything he needs to know. The gas going up, it says all he needs to see, so you'll see that the SCV is pulling back now. It doesn't need any more information. He will throw down a bunker, but I don't know if there's a plan for that bunker. Yes, there's a Marine crossing the map, but I mean, he can't finish that bunker so in the Zerg's face. That SCV is just going to go down. I don't know how this is going to go for him. In fact, it won't go for him, I'm quite sure. Nice little mineral walk there, I like that a lot. This is such a long map to try this, and I don't know what to say, guys. He needs like another SCV or something. But no, he's just going to abandon that. Now that the hatchery is done, his opponent will be able to produce way too much for this to even be an option. Select, guys, if you don't know who Select is, both these players are top tier, man. Select is a Korean, but he's not from Korea. He's, well, maybe he is, but he lived in the United States. He plays on the American ladder. He was rank 1 for forever and a half with stupid win rates, like 120 wins, 7 losses. I was all like, what the hell is wrong with this demon child? And his opponent, like I said, Nestea, undefeated in GSL. Undefeated. Why? How? Oh my god. So anyway, but he just you know, he went undefeated in that, and then got knocked down to Code S right after. Or maybe it was MLG that he was undefeated in. You know what? He was undefeated in some wicked tournament, whether it was MLG or GSL. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. Sorry. But regardless, he went undefeated in a huge tournament, one of the biggest tournaments ever, whether it was MLG or GSL. And then got knocked down to Code S later in GSL. So, yeah, there's that. And so I don't know. I don't know if he's still on the ball. I don't know if he's shaking. I don't know what his deal is. But he fell off the win train for a little while. Or I think it was even just like one matchup. But anyway, not an opponent to be taken lightly. I mean, he's freaking amazing. And you know what? A lot of people are struggling with the Zerg matchup right now because, you know, they're one of the hardest races to observe and predict. Simply because, see all these eggs? Yeah, anything could come out of there. There could be an Ultralisk Cavern, a Hydralisk Den, and, you know, a Spire. And whatever he wants to come out of that is going to come out of that. You can't see, oh, the 3 racks are building, you know? It's not like a Thor is going to come out of that rack. So, anyway, we got some Hellions doing some Ling damage. And the Queen wandering over here, and looks like lots of drones going down. However, this Queen and Lings corner these Hellions quite well, and a Roach finally out. A few drones went down there, not a big deal. Nestea will bring them back here and start mining again. Now that this Roach is on the field, Hellions are out of the question. But it looks like Select is still spitting out a few more. He won't be able to do any damage with those. However, the Roaches are leaving the nest. I think he's kind of assuming that Select won't push again with Hellions. But Select, watching the minimap, as he should, pulls his Hellions back before anything awful can happen to them. But look at all these Roaches and Lings to follow. what Select got for that. One bunker down, and he needs to get his units inside. There we go. And I don't know if he can hold this many. Jesus. So, going to be quite the engagement here. A couple Hellions, they're getting repaired by SCVs. This bunker is being ready to be repaired. And here come the Roaches. We need the splash damage from the Hellions, and it needs to be on the Lings. Target priority here, and they will not be able to get this bunker down. This is a lost cause for the Zerg push. Very nicely held by Select. Here they come back. The SCVs pulled back. It was a fake out by Nestea. Well played. The Hellions look like they will go down. The SCVs can't get on top of the bunker because there are so many Lings, but they do manage to keep it up. And it looks like everything is focused down. The Roaches are by themselves, and the SCVs get back to work on the mining job that they do best. So a hot swap here. The reactor is now on the starport, and it looks like the factory is not going to do a thing. Might get a tech lab, might not. I don't know what's up with that. Nope, nothing. Alright, so are we going to go Medevac Hellion? Yes, we are. Well, he could build Hellions, but he's not. I don't know what he's doing. So we'll see what the future holds, guys. Over here on the Zerg side of things, we're getting Evo Chamber. So we're looking at grades, probably, yes. More grades. We do have Armor 1 on the way from that Evo Chamber. So there's double Evo Chamber, guys. And weapons, melee, and the armor. So we're seeing a macro hatch here in base. And nothing else. No tech yet, really. No heavy tech. And no third base. So interesting. I'm surprised he hasn't taken this opportunity to grab an expo. I mean, he's got lots of units. Or not. I thought he had more than he does. He's only got a handful of Roaches. I hope he spots this Terran little march across the map. But stim going over here. I don't know why he's stimmed, but funny. That Ling is a little bit sad as to what happened there. And there is an Overlord here, which will be a free kill if he can get his units underneath it. But no, he's going to wander back onto the high ground. He picks his stuff up in the medevac. The Overlord's like, oh man, and he dies. I don't know if you know that, but Overlords say everything really slow. Okay, so here we go. We got the Terran units coming down from the high ground. Going to engage this little Zerg ball here, I think, or not. Just fake a push. See, what he just did there, you guys, I don't know if you realize what just happened. Well, he's going to lose some units here. We got a little bit of frame rate issue. Holy mackerel. But give me 1 second. I'm going to fix this frame rate problem. Alright, that should do her. Here we go. Yeah, so what just happened here is that he kind of faked a push. And what that did was force his opponent to build a lot of shit. And that's larvae that can't be turned into drones. So that's a big deal. And that's how Zerg gets their advantage, is by not building military and just building a shit ton of drones at the start. But, you know, once he's on 3 bases, then you don't really want them spitting units anymore. You want them spitting drones, so the game kind of changes. Here's an engagement. The Terran units are kind of outnumbered here, and the Concave is in the Zerg's favor. For those of you who... There we go. Now the Concave's in the Terran's favor. Attaboy. And Select picks up as there's no anti-air. He gets over here, and he's now on the high ground, going to tear apart some queens. Can he get the queens? That's what he wants. Gonna pick up again, and now like the Zerg is struggling to deal with him as he has no anti-air, and the Terran player will go home. So nicely played by Select. I do personally love his medevac micro. He's always so fast with them. You know, it's some people don't think to pick their units up in the medevac, but that option is always there. A siege tank on siege, and I really think that the Zerg player could have destroyed this bio ball. I don't think he realized that there wasn't very much there. That's funny. That's really funny. Nestea kind of overestimating his opponent and could have easily swallowed him. And here we go. The Select is taking his 3rd base here. And oh no, I have to yawn again. Oh no. StarCraft drinking game. Anyway, no! Why would you scout with a tank? Why would you? Oh, there we go. Saved. Wow, he still could have gotten that tank, I feel. Infestors now, though. Infestors now. Tank sieged late. Tank sieged late. I see that happen so much. And it looks like, oh, did you see what Select just did? Oh, he surrounded his tank with his own units so that the Lings couldn't make contact, but it still wasn't enough. The Roaches just swallowed that. And the Infestors were the cause in the late siege on the tanks. But there's still a rally here. I don't know what Select is doing with his units. They're rallied right up here, and they're going to suicide. Oh, dear. That Marine is in the wrong place. And a little bit of an engagement here. Siege tank at the tower. But this is not looking good for Select. He's, oh no, free tank. Oh no, free tank. Oh no, free tank. Oh my god. Oh, that is so painful. But, oh Jesus, there's so much shit here, and the Infestors are not going to make this any easier. And Select needs to keep his tank on the high ground. What are you doing? So, a couple of Infestors coming in here. I don't know why they're backing off. I think they had that. Lings coming in, more Infestors. Now Nestea definitely has this if he didn't have it before. That tank is in good position. He needs one on the high ground, I feel, because then it would be pretty damn safe. And here he comes, another tank, almost given away for free. I think there's a bad rally point. Maybe not. I think he just fixed it. Tank gets ambushed by Lings from behind. These tanks are in good position, but there are so many Roaches and not enough bio to protect them. More bio coming in from the high ground. Lings in the mineral line. Lings coming now for the bio, and they cannot deal with this. Tank needs to siege up here, or not siege up at all. That's cool too. And wow, I am amazed that Select dealt with that. However, he lost almost his entire line. A bunch of mules, however, come down from the sky to save him from economic disaster. Lings and Infestors up here. Select cannot keep up with the production rate of the Zerg player right now. The Zerg player has been on 3 bases now for a little while and is oversaturated the Terran player. He's outsaturated the Terran player, I should say, as he has got this third pretty much saturated. He needs maybe twice that, and then he's good to go. It's probably only a matter of time before we see a fourth. There's the fourth from Nestea. So Nestea playing this properly, and the Terran player playing this properly as well. This was a good expansion to take. And yeah, no, just good play. Good play all around from both players. However, I'd say that Select is giving away a lot of units for free all the time. I'm still kind of seeing that attack route command. I don't know why. But here we go. Lings swallowing everything. The infested Terran will clean up the tanks as the Lings pour into the natural. A couple units in that bunker, but there is not enough stuff here. Select desperately trying to hold on with his SCVs and his Marines combined. I mean, losing SCVs does not spell the end of a Terran player, as he has those mules that can keep him in the game. The Lings devouring the line, and he's losing mules too. This is not good. A couple of Marines stim to come down here and deal with those Lings, and like Select just held on, but oh, there's a drop here that I missed. There is a. When did he find time to get units to drop? Oh, Select, you make me smile. But it's partly why he took so much damage just now. He didn't have enough units down here to defend himself. These units, these Lings here, there's a lot of them, and a couple of Infestors to boot, and it's not to boot. That's Canadian at its best. So no, these Marines, yes, get into the wedge. Brilliantly played by Select, and an Infestor goes down, which is big, and a couple of infested Terran here still. Very well played by Select, pulling his units back into this wedge to protect them from the Lings. If you guys don't know what that does for you, it stops the Lings from getting a surround, so less Lings can attack you at once, and they just kind of filter through and die before they do any damage. It's really well played. Another drop looks like it was attempted here. He's going to drop his Marauder and Marine so he can heal him up. And the medevac out of energy. So, here we go. Nothing he can do. He's going to pull back. Sensor tower here, which is a good plan, as he can now see these little Zerg ball-ups that were accruing there, and then smashing into him. One sec. Oh, stretching. My back is sore. Not really sure why, but anyway, if you look at the supply, Nestea at 159 to Select's 117, and not a healthy matchup for the Terran player. More infestors, kind of ultralisks on the way. You know, no big deal. just big fucking elephants with tusks. Speaking of which, did you know elephants are evolving tusks out of their lifestyle? They do not have tusks anymore. I mean, they still do, some of them, but they're evolving it out of their life. Yeah. Because hunters are killing the ones with tusks, so only the ones that are born without tusks are breeding. So, fun fact for all those StarCrafting viewers, but here's a bunch of non-friendly, very much tusked elephants coming for select. And they're alone, which is odd to me. I don't know why he would send in 5 ultralisks by themselves, but ultralisks don't need friends, they just want hugs. And no, they're gonna run back. I don't think they were intentionally rallied out there, actually, come to think of it. But here's 4 more to join the party. I mean, everybody likes a party. He needs lings to support those because they don't always get into the spaces you want them to get into. I mean, if there's a lot of production in the way, they just won't attack the production. They'll try to wiggle their way through to deal damage to the units in between the production. And they're sitting in the center tower, which, I mean, yeah, sure, you can do that if you want. But here comes a little ball of bio. Ultra's having trouble dealing with that because they can't catch it. Forcing the stim, though, which is good, because that's like, it's just free splash damage. And there are a lot of ultralisks here with infestors, fungal growthing, everything. It can't run away from the ultralisks. Siege tanks going down, bio going down, ultralisks kind of going down. They're really good at tanking things with their face. And yeah, that was pretty much in the Zerg's favor, I'd say. This army can't really stim again, and will be slower than the ultralisks. And if a fungal catches it, oh my god. But why use fungal when you can use lings? And wow, picked up by the medevac. Great play by Select, saving a large number of those Marines. By the way, this is rated 9 out of 10 on Ghost of Gamers. I need to throw this a big thumbs up and a 10, because this is a pretty wicked game, I have to say. Nestea on 5 bases now. This one's not quite up yet, and Select just struggling to stay on 3. He can't do it. He's probably mined out at his main. I'll check in a second. Oh, we have time. No, not quite, but almost. And more ultralisks, slings, and infestors joining the fray. This could be the end for Select. I think it could be. Oh my god, I don't know what to tell you. This is pretty freaking sweet. I mean, you see Broodlord ultralisks, or Broodlord infestor, I mean, but not infestor ultralisks very often. Ultralisks don't get enough credit, man. They don't get enough credit, but they are pretty freaking awesome. And infestor goes down because he's sandwiched in between the wall and the ultralisks. A couple fungal growth that goes down, and as well as infested Terran. Ultralisks trying to smash their way through this wall, and when I say trying, I mean very much successfully, and catching a bunch of SCVs. I wish those got fungal just because it would be so funny to see. And this big net of SCVs stopping the ultralisks from getting up the ramp, and there's a big ultralisk carcass right there. And I love the death effect on ultralisks, especially when they die to fire. It's pretty sweet to watch. Queens too, I have to say. Oh my god. What sick. Everybody drink. Everybody drink. There's a drop here from Select that I discovered accidentally by my yawn, which is amazing. And picked up once again, but met by stuff on the high ground. Nowhere is safe, Select. Nowhere is safe. So there are lings over here. I'm gonna take a drink quick. Ah, delicious. Delicious. Ah, okay, so. A little bit of an engagement here on the low ground. They're finally Select putting his tanks on the high ground. Thank you, Select. This is the place for them, as they're perfectly safe up there. There's no air units for his opponent, and not even high ground detection, so it's not like he can throw infested Terran up there. So that's a good spot for tanks. It's a good spot for tanks. You could put another one here and another one here if you wanted to, or whatever, but I mean, like, the high ground, I don't know why he wasn't using that earlier. You know, in the heat of the battle, I mean, when you're against someone who's as scary as Nestea, you're not thinking straight. You're just not. playing your best. I mean, when he's on the ladder, when he's like perfectly calm and confident, I bet you Select is a scary motherfucker and just doesn't make mistakes. But against Nestea, man, it's so hard to play perfect because that nerve factor, man, the nerve factor. And here's a big push. The siege tanks on the high ground will play a big part in this engagement, but the forces on the ground are just kind of left to die. There's no way they could deal with all this. And the siege tanks, man, they did their job. He needs to pull the SCVs back because the siege tanks are killing the SCVs. But yes, Nestea could not break that because of the siege tanks on the high ground. He couldn't get at them with his Ultras. Had he got... Oh, thanks Robotic Lady for that bit of information. But I don't really give a shit as there's a drop over here and it is not dying. It's alive. Hoopla! And the Ultras are going to town. Look how much damage they do to those rocks. Oh my god. E for everybody. We'll see what's going on. And we got, looks like a transition into Broodlord soon. But at the very least he has high ground. It's not like he has range though. And finally a command center managing to get up there. He's got a new expansion now. This is good news for Select. And you know, I would have liked to see him put that here, only because then he could use this high ground as well. But I mean, now he can use this high ground, I suppose, but it's still not quite as safe. Look how far it has to run to get at a tank that's here. But anyway, that was a yummy noise. I don't really know what made that noise, but it just sounded delicious. And here's this drop from Select that is still alive. I'm not sure how it hasn't gotten caught by an infestor yet. A couple spine crawlers going down because why not? Nestea's got cash. And Ultralisk Infestor here, just as it's always been, meeting up with a big ball of Broodlords. That's a combo you don't see. This is like the Protoss Death Ball. This is like Colossus Void Ray Stalker. But no, this is freaking Broodlord Ultralisk Infestor. This is terrifying. Broodlord's going in first because, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Snipe being used. Very nice use of Snipe. Select, you baller, you. And now the Broodlords are in the mix. I don't know what to tell you guys. This is not going to go very well for Select. He is locked in and trying to use those snipes. Ghosts were such a good choice, man. And I'm glad Select did not overcommit to Marauders, because he would not be able to deal with these Broodlords if that's all he had. Siege tanks going to town on the Ultralisk, but the armor is just so incredibly thick that the Bio and the Siege tanks together are having so much trouble dealing with them. The Broodlords are now alone, and Select knows that is game. GG's after a brilliant effort, guys. Select played so well. In the end, a little bit of a rough start at the start, but man, what a close game. Close game. Nestea was in control, but what a good game to watch. Guys, I'm SSN Incarnum. I'll see you guys next time.